remember, in 30 seconds, every living thing in this room will be dead.
Fire safety, don't play with fire, kids.
Astian, have you been on a diet lately?
By no means did I ever intend to consider you cheap.
Some questions about this eclipse. This is why people think D&D is weird.
Pay attention to this smell. Greetings and welcome to Crucible of Fate, Episode 9, Part 2. I'm your host and Killer DM, David Carter. I just want to really quickly say a few words and reintroduce the characters and the contestants before we jump right into things as soon as possible. If you're new to Crucible of Fate, you can go to crucibleoffate.com. All of the rules for the game, the format, and how to apply is all in there. If you're interested in our Discord community, which is a super warm, friendly, welcoming, and very active Discord community, lots of D&D events, watch parties for Crucible of Fate. The link to that will be in the video description as well. Lastly, if you'd like to support the channel, head on over to Patreon. I've got an account there with 2 very affordable tiers, and all of that money goes directly into improving the production value of the show. So thanks very much to all of you who have done that so far. I'd like to just take a minute to give a shout out to those who have become patrons since the last episode. So Steve Bolt, Rodney Martin, JJ the Gent, Paul Adderidge, who's playing here tonight, Caleb Best, Dr. Hebad or Dree Hebad. Sorry, man, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm doing my best. And I'd also like to give another shout out to Kelly Leonard, who increased her monthly contributions by a significant amount. So thank you so much, Kelly, and thank you, all of you. Paul, you won't be getting any mercy from me, but I appreciate your support nonetheless. Okay. So first up, top left, we have Paul, who's playing Matt. We have Ethan, who's playing Astian Lim. Top right, Sean, who is playing the character Turds Fargo. Bottom left, we have Laura. Her character is Kiri. And then Hugh in the center bottom, playing Ezekiel. So welcome back to the show, guys. Okay, we're just gonna jump to the trailer, and when we come back, we will be in character and picking things up where we left off in 9 part 1. See you in a minute, guys.
It's time. Bring them. Offer them riches, offer them glory. I don't care. Just bring me their souls.
As you wish, Master.
Yes.
You think you have what it takes? Every roll can mean life or death. 120 contestants. Who will survive? Who will win? It could be you. This is high stakes D&D.
As you all emerge from the portal back into the Fate's Hand Tavern, you do a quick check of yourselves and notice that Larbak is no longer with you. Having fallen in Hunter and Hunted, you 5 are the ones that will be continuing on in the Crucible of Fate. You see Theramgul standing in the middle of the room, arms spread wide, a grin on his face. Welcome back, everyone. That was an exciting fight, and what a view from the top of those mountains, huh? There's a lot to be seen up there, and I understand it was a bit of a majestic night with the lightning flashing, showing just how impressive nature truly is up there. My hat off to Oriya. She really knows what she's doing. And you got to meet Anorak's old friend Raxidian. he is certainly a man very consumed with his work, but very important work. Tell me, what did you think of him?
Oh, I'm not sure he was my favorite person I've ever met, but yeah, he seems determined.
He seemed to know you, Tharangul.
What's that about?
Oh, we go way back. We've had some interests shared, and he keeps me aware of certain things going on out and around the world, and it's quite a vantage point he has up there, much to be seen. It helps to have friends in...
It's a shame he's such a poor host.
What's that?
It's a shame he's such a poor host.
Well, he may have thought you were there to damage some of his equipment, and it's very important for our plans that nothing should happen to those. So I thank you for not doing any damage. It certainly helps to have friends in high places, huh? Yeah.
Womp womp. Always the Joker, Tharangul.
Tough crowd.
Friends in low places can help as well.
This is very true. I learned this the hard way, but you are certainly correct. Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get to the next round of things. The first thing we need to do, after a brief moment of silence for poor Larback, of course, I've seen some bad luck in my time, but that was an impressive amount of bad luck. I truly feel terrible for him. Just couldn't seem to get anything to go his way. Maybe we will see him in the PvP bracket. He still seemed a very capable hobgoblin. Alright. So, first up, let's roll some initiative, guys, for our intermission actions. I'm going to get you to do it one at a time. So we will start with...
I apologize.
It's all good. Oh, that was a good roll, too. Man, shame. Paul, sorry. Here we go. Matt.
Ooh, opposite spectrum of that.
Astian.
Really?
3.
We're getting him out early. It's fine.
Turds. A 10. Yuri. A 16. Oh, and Ezekiel, a 5. So, you all know the drill now. I'm going to put you all in our comfortable waiting room. Please make yourselves at home, have something to drink, take a break, just pretend it's your home that you're at while you're waiting. Greetings, Kiri. I hope the fight wasn't too stressful for you.
Oh, I've been in a few scraps in my day. I appreciate your concern.
Quite the view, though, huh? It is impressive up there.
It's good to be up in the sky, but I prefer to keep my feet securely planted on the ground now that we're wishing for things.
Understood. So...
But, Tharangul, is my squirrel okay?
Oh, yes.
You've been taking care of Snickers. Is she still okay?
Yeah. And he snaps his fingers, and your squirrel pops back at your feet, kind of scurries up your leg.
Hi, little guy. Okay, just a few more rounds and then you'll be safe. Bye-bye.
So what would you like to do for your 2 intermission actions? Let's start with the first one.
The first one, I will call Astian
Intermission
in for parley.
Action with Astian. Just one moment, please. You have been summoned to a parley circle with Kiri. Do you accept or refuse?
I accept.
Very well. Then you have 3 minutes starting now.
Astian, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to be direct with you. We want to align with you. You've seen how I can keep Zeke safe, and I'm confident that our combined powers will get us to the end. The consequences are too dire for us to do a triple soul bond, but Astian, our word is our bond. What say you?
I am already offered my help. I am glad to see that that offer is being accepted.
Yes.
My word is my oath, and it will be kept.
Yeah. The reason why I'm speaking to you is because Ezekiel will be doing other things, but as a show of good faith, I need to let you know that Matt brought me into parlay in round 1. I did not overtly say yes. I said, let's see how round 1 goes. If you protect me, I'll protect you, because I am not a liar. An exterminator that eats squirrels is no one I can ever trust. I'm not deceitful, and deceit serves no one. We want to align with you. We are so glad you said yes. I swear to protect you. Zeke swears it as well, and you seem like an honorable man.
Well, an oath must be kept. Though I would suggest to be wary of gifts. But I have a small token to offer as well. There's not much, but I hope that it can help. And he's going to dig out one of his potions of healing. If you would accept this. And he sets that down.
I accept it, and should the time come, it will be going into your mouth. I believe that Turtz is the slowest and therefore the weakest. If he survives round 2, he will be our first target.
Of course. And as I've said, you help me and I will help you.
Indeed. We can work together. We can do this. We will make it through to the end.
Yes. We will.
I think that was all business. I can't believe we got through that in such a quick amount of time.
Well done.
I'm impressed with us.
There's little time for wasted words.
Time has just expired, everyone. But yes, it seems you finished. So, I will see you in a few minutes, Astian. Kiri, so, your second intermission action.
My second intermission action will be a short rest.
Very well, so you have all of your stuff back from a short rest that you would normally get back. Are you using any hit dice? Go ahead and roll your first d8, I believe.
Oh boy.
Not a strong start. 2 for that one. Next one.
Oh yeah. Plus, so that's
7 more.
plus 1, yeah.
Much better.
1 more.
3.
2, 3 total.
All right.
Thank you, Theramgul.
You're welcome. Take care. Greetings, Turds. It is your turn. What would you like to do for your first intermission action? Take your time. I know you're not feeling so great. Everything's moving a little bit slowly. I know you're tired.
Yes, I feel in that last room, I did not get the best use of my time. And while waiting, I wasn't sure if it was just me being slow or perhaps you had forgotten about turds, but it is good to see you. I don't suppose for my first intermission action, I could take a few minutes just walking around one of your many rooms.
What do you mean?
Well, the many rooms that you have so graciously prepared for Hunter the Hunted, the Escape. Perhaps if we were to, I would even allow you the privilege of picking. Is there a way maybe I can just browse?
I'm afraid the other rooms are off limits during gameplay. It's a very interesting thing that you offer, but I'm afraid it's not possible right now. I apologize, Turds.
Of course, I know. You have your rules. And as much as I will push them, I do not intend to make any of them break.
And out of game, it's because I don't have any other rooms prepared.
No worries at all. Not a problem.
You're killing me.
No worries. I didn't expect that to necessarily be a yes anyway, so no worries at all. Very well, though. But similar to the, we'll say, the same spirit. I believe a short rest is in order, and I would not be the man I am if I didn't respectfully extend maybe an invitation to you to join me for said rest, especially since you would simply be in the vicinity for the extent of it, and by no means am I requesting that you break your rule, give me a short rest and a parlay in one intermission action. I would simply be taking a short rest. You would be taking a short rest at the same time and place. I may think out loud. You may think out loud. It would be as simple as that.
I'll stick around with you, Turds, please. Go ahead, make yourself comfortable. Do you need to roll any hit dice?
I do need to roll hit dice.
Okay. Turn the game log back on. 2 on the die plus con.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk any more, but that would give me ultimately what I need, so.
Okay.
I do have one main topic, we'll say, that I'm very interested in talking to you about, and that's, well, many of the lands I have visited and come from even myself. The gold piece does make the world go round. Here, it does not seem as much. The fact that you have a tavern with no food, no beverage, no entertainment, the fact that your eyes of truth are able to view without some sort of subscription. It shows that while you do acquire coin seems not to be how you amass power, we'll say. So I'm very interested in how you yourself amass power in such a realm as this.
Give me a persuasion check.
And that will be a disadvantage.
Because you're ashamed?
Yeah. I have several things that knock my ability checks down.
Okay. 8.
Rough.
Well, Turds, I see that you are a businessman, a man of opportunity through and through. I can tell you, if you're looking to become a man about town down here, a mover and a shaker, it takes time, a lot of time, and influence over others, and this is not something you can do with simple deals about material things and gold. The trade of souls is what's most important down here, the gathering of soul coins, and the lack of food and drink in this place is just meant to further aggravate all of you. I certainly have no need of it, and the eyes of truth, well, it is not my place to charge them an admission fee. Many of them, some of them, have more influence than even I do. It's just not proper to start introducing these types of lowbrow schemes to them. It would make me look, I think cheap is the closest word to it.
Rest assured, I find that very understandable, and by no means did I ever intend to consider you cheap. But if it's the souls that you are after, perhaps at another time, should we find ourselves sitting about once more, we may speak of other things.
I look forward to the opportunity, but just to set expectations, turds, you would have to continue to survive in here, and this is the type of thing where normally you start on the bottom, but should you survive my games, it would be an expressway of sorts to a bit more influence and capability. With me, I started on the bottom, now I'm here. It didn't happen overnight. But enough banter. Your second intermission action.
I wish to parlay with someone of a similar stature. I believe her name to be Kiri.
Very well. Just one moment, please. Greetings, Kiri. You have been summoned to a parlay circle by Turds Fargo, gentleman explorer extraordinaire. Would you?
My goodness.
It's very impressive. Would you care to accept or refuse his offer?
I accept.
Very well. You have 3 minutes. I turn it over to you.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have brought in my husband. He's such a big fan of your book.
Birds will bow to Kiri and say, "My lady, I think you'd agree that behind every capable human is an even more capable individual of our stature."
I couldn't agree completely. You saw what happened in round 1.
While your partner does seem to be a fan of my work, understandably, of course, I should be surprised if I'm not the only one to seek parlay with you, especially after a display such as that last room.
Well, we have been adventuring for quite a while.
I will make no excuse for my own performance, as consequences I endured were of my own volition. However, I can assure you my reputation will hold up in our rooms to come. And for this reason, I wish to extend an offer for you and yours to join Terrence Fargo, Esquire, renowned expeditionist and gentleman adventurer extraordinaire on this adventure going forward.
Terrence Fargo, adventurer extraordinaire. I'm absolutely honored by your offer. My heart has been promised to another, and I'm not a liar. That's it.
I will press no further. It is an alliance that will surely, or would have, guaranteed our positions, as I believe. However, it is how you would just decide. Know that I hold no ill will, nor do I intend to put you or yours in any danger.
The sentiment is reflected. We're looking to secure our own lives. We are not malicious. We are not deceitful. Good luck.
Thank you. Might I a query? For my own clarification, when you say your heart belongs to another, were you inferring to your husband, or did you mean that someone else may have beaten Terz Fargo to the punch of allowing the two of you to join him?
My husband is my most important person in my life. I would put my life on the line
but
for
I
him.
must interrupt because your time is up. I will see you both shortly. Greetings, Matt. It is your turn for your intermission actions. Tell me, what would you like to do for your first?
Oh, g'day again, Theringal. Well, I guess the first thing I'd like to do is, because I'm a bit of a bloody flaming galar, I left my shield in the previous room, so I'd like to go back and buy a new shield at the gift shop? Is that where we're going?
Well, yes, you can certainly purchase more equipment there.
I'd like to go to the gift shop, please.
So, the room around you fades as the gift shop shelves and display cases appear around you. You can see that all of the tiered items have been purchased, but as usual, all other items are available.
No worries. Selling a scroll. I have a protection of good and evil. It's 60 gold pieces. I bought it for. So I get you, from what I remember, it's 30 gold pieces back, so half price.
Yep.
Cool. I'll just mark that off and add a shield and get rid of that and baseline it.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
No, that's it, because I don't have any other gold, so
All right.
I have a self shield.
And for your second intermission action, Matt.
Oh, right. Well, I don't need a short rest because I'm feeling pretty chipper at the moment. Pretty good. But I will like to talk to the other half of the pair I've talked to. So not Kiri, but is it Izkale?
I think he pronounces it Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Okay, Roger. As you know, just different ways we say things down here. Ezekiel. Roger. I'll try that.
Yeah, I mean, if he was down here, probably people would call him Easy Kill. No?
Well,
Greetings, Ezekiel. You have been summoned to a parley circle by Matt. Do you accept or refuse?
I'll accept.
Very well, you have 3 minutes. I turn it over to you.
g'day, Ezekiel. I mean, obviously I chatted to your partner the first time, and I just wanted to come see you this time because I think obviously you're a partnership and it's good to approach both sides even though you guys share everything. I liked what you guys did there. I mean, obviously it was just all about survival in the last room, and teamwork really made not much of a dream work then, but it's good to see you guys both survive and get through. And I was wondering still if you guys would be keen to keep the alliance up going forward. I mean, obviously the next room, anything can happen again, and we shouldn't really do too much. Just watch each other's backs and make sure we try and survive. But I'm very much down for keeping an alliance going between the two of you.
Certainly. Moving into the next room, I would say we can definitely continue to watch each other's back, continue seeing how we can move this forward. It's a dangerous game with dangerous times. That last room, it almost took me.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw you got down, but lucky your partner was there like twice, brought you back up twice. You going?
I don't know what I would do without Kiri, to be honest. It's good to have allies in this game for sure.
No doubt, yeah. And I think that's where we can both leverage off this, like look after each other's backs. I know you seem very fond of Turds McGee or whatever that swashbuckling man was. But I mean,
have you read his book? It's fantastic.
I'm not a reader. I don't really read that much. I can't actually read. Don't tell anyone that, but I can't read.
Well, that's too bad. It might be worth learning just to read Turd's book. You know.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously you're pretty smitten with him, and I don't mind that. But I mean, if we go forward, I'd like to look after him. It seems like he's taken a bit of a disadvantage to himself. It might be.
Despite the wonders of his words, I'd say he may be a bit of a liability in the game based on what we saw in the last round.
Well, I think going forward again, I'd like to just express to you and Kiri that alliances are here, and going into the third round, who knows what happens, but I would very much like to count you amongst my friends, since I see common interests and very much good friendships and bonds.
I'd agree, absolutely. We'll watch your back in this next game, and we'll move into the third round, seeing what happens.
Hopefully we all survive, and there's those dolls from previous rounds.
I apologize, but your time is up.
Thanks, Darren. Go.
See you shortly. I have to keep things running,
Of course.
It wouldn't be much
timelines, all that. Understandable.
Ezekiel, you are next. Tell me, what would you like to do with your first intermission action?
I'd like to take a short rest, Zarangul. You got a nice little rest spot over in this tavern somewhere?
Well, the whole thing is quite nice and relaxing, don't you think?
Every time we go through the portals, I find myself more and more terrified of the inner workings of your mind, Zarangul.
Good. This is exactly what I want you to be thinking. This Fate's Hand Tavern is a place of respite and downtime in between moments of sheer terror. That's my goal.
Of course. What's your interest in the eclipse, by the way?
Give me a persuasion check.
Absolutely. 23.
23. Everyone seems to be sneaking in these little questions in the middle of their intermission actions. I can tell you that it is prophesized that someday the moon of Nyla will eclipse Palion, preventing his light from shining down on the surface of that world. And during this time, a great shadow will be cast across the surface of Oriah. This will be opportunistic, to say the least. I can't really divulge much more until we make it a bit further down the road, as they say, Ezekiel. I certainly hope your fawning over turds is a bit of an act. I trust.
It's, of course it is, Zarangul. Nobody would be fool enough to seek friendships in that way in this game.
I just want to make sure that any future general of my armies will have a clear mind and not be influenced in the life and actions of others. You must put priority on your own life and your actions and your accomplishments, Ezekiel. This is what matters.
Well, it is a game. It would be a tragedy to lose one such as turds, but can you imagine the glory of killing the man himself?
Perhaps you could write your own book, or have someone write it for you.
Of course.
Okay, short rest then. I trust you will be needing to recover some hit points after the bit of a beating that you took during that last fight. Okay. You want to go ahead and roll your first hit die?
So 4 plus 1. Oh no. Plus 3. Tavern Ghoul. I may be rolling all of my dice right now. All of my reserve health. My reserve powers. 8 healing points.
Well, they're no good to you when you're dead, right?
That's true. As a mechanical question, I'll roll my last one as well.
Okay.
But so while we're in between games, is it multiple days? Each game is like one day?
No. So just for the record, there are another 6. No, each episode is one day. So the individual games within an episode, so like the 3 that you're playing, they're only 30 seconds, the games. And then the short rests are about an hour and change. I've been trying to say to everyone that time kind of really shifts. A short rest is meant to be an hour. So anytime someone takes a short rest, that would be an hour. So I would say the intermission actions total time would be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending.
Okay, so the if we do when you long rest, you'll only get back half of your hit die, I believe, is raw.
Yep.
Do we get back all of them, or do we only get back half of them before the next game?
So for now, I'll say the half according to raw. A lot might change in round 2. There's going to be some house rules and stuff, so I may end up deciding that everyone just starts completely refreshed with everything in round 2. Yeah, but for
sounds
now,
good.
I would say treat it as if it's raw.
Cool. Makes no difference. I need all the strength I can get for your games.
I take that as a compliment. Thank you, Ezekiel. So, your second intermission action?
I'd like to go to the Archivist.
The Archivist. The large archway of the archives appears before you. As it kind of takes shape and almost encircles you, you can see the piles of bones on the left and the endless volumes and texts that line the stacks of shelves. The form of the Archivist approaches with his gray skin, sallowed and sunken eyes, the pupils white, and his tentacles kind of moving a little bit as he glides towards you. Welcome to the archives, Ezekiel. How may I be of service to you today?
I came with some questions I've been left with since the last battle. Would you be able to answer me some questions about this eclipse and Raxillian?
Raxillian, what would you like to know?
I'd like to know what when the eclipse comes, what does Raxillian seek? What opportunity is Tavern looking to take advantage of?
Give me an investigation check, please. 17. You wish to know what Therumgul wants of Raxillian. You may think of him as he who lights the beacon within the lighthouse. His telescope allows him to constantly monitor the locations of the astral bodies that encircle and orbit both Oriah and Palion, the sun. When things begin to shift at some point in the future, he will be the first to know, and therefore Theramgol will be one of the first to know, and may put his plans into action.
Archivist, what's the true reason for this game? Finding a champion is one thing, but all this can't just be for that.
Give me another investigation check.
10.
Come now, Ezekiel. You doubt the authenticity of the words of Theramgol? What reason would he have to lie to you?
What reason would he have to tell the truth?
I can assure you, he is seeking a general to lead the armies throughout the abyss. You see, there are many gateways that can be accessed from down here. Many of them exit into strange and hidden locations throughout the material plane. This demi-plane you find yourself in now is very much like a web of a powerful metaphorical spider. Not many know the location of all of them, thus logistical plans to both push an army onto the material plane and prevent one from doing so is complicated business.
Fascinating. I imagine you would be quite helpful to him then.
I can only offer knowledge in exchange for gifts.
I will think on this. I will be back to you, Archivist, and I will seek a suitable gift to offer you.
I welcome this interaction and trade, Ezekiel. Rare arcane texts and items are high on my list of value.
I will seek them.
Until next time, good luck. Greetings, Zastian. It is time for your intermission actions. What would you like to do for the first one?
Well, I would appreciate taking a little bit of a rest for now.
Short rest. Very well. Then you have gained all of the many things that, the benefits, as they say, that come with a short rest. Would you like to roll some hit dice as well?
Okay.
5.
Once again.
5 again for another 7.
I meet with turds, Fargo.
A parley with turds. Greetings, Turds Fargo, Esquire. You have been summoned to a parley circle by Astian Lim. Do you accept or refuse?
Turds Fargo will always accept an audience.
Very well, gentlemen, you have 3 minutes, which begins now.
Well, I wanted to say I'm quite impressed with your ability to strike true with that dagger in the last fight. It was quite a throw.
Thank you. Turds Fargo always seeks to live up to his reputation.
Boss, I believe that this is what I'm supposed to do with this, and he's going to hand you back the book. I hope you don't mind that it's in red. And I also wanted to offer you this. I know it probably won't help with whatever is ailing you, but I feel since I have been graciously allowed to have those around me trust me, that I should also show a little bit of favor. And I believe that I can help you if you will help me.
Lord Fargo is always willing to help those in need. I am more than willing to listen and perhaps make a mutually benefiting agreement between the two of us.
Boss, I will let you know, as I am not a man of deceit, that I have met with the pair of Kiri and Zeke, both this round and last, and I offered my assistance to them as well. I believe that, however, a bit of mercy should be shown to those who are struck with such unfortunate circumstances like yourself. If in this coming room we are to help each other, I offer you this, and he sets down a small healing potion, and my word that I will not harm you if you do not harm me.
So Fargo will take the healing potion, but he will refuse to take back the book.
Okay.
He will say, your terms are most acceptable, and yes, as true to my name, I am to my word, and I will not harm you, and I will seek a mutually agreeable outcome in the room ahead. As far as
Gentlemen,
the words of Turk Fargo, the book
3 minutes, and your time is up. I will see you
I wish you good luck.
momentarily.
We will talk again.
Very interesting play, Astian. I noticed that it was not a potion of healing, but a potion of poison, in fact. Are you not happy with Mr. Fargo, Esquire?
If you're fighting fair, you're already losing.
I like your use of tactics. Astian, you have just jumped way up my favorites list for commander of my armies. I wish you the best of luck in the game ahead. Well played.
Thank you.
Welcome back from your intermission actions, everyone. I trust they went according to your plans. So, next on the docket is picking out which escape room you will be entering into today. So, perhaps Matt, you could roll a d20, please. A 17. 17. Let me check my list here. 17. Oh, very fitting for you, Matt. This is a room I call prequel to extermination.
Oh, that's a familiar sound.
Whose extermination, Farangul?
It's certainly not yours. That would be a bit too on the nose, wouldn't it? Follow me, please. And he turns and starts moving, and the shadows shift and coalesce into the gated gallery. And as the doors open, You all make your way in front of the column of monoliths for escape the room. As you expect by now, you can see the flashing of light as the gate makes its way up towards you. Before you all enter, I would like you to roll your initiative now, please. So let's begin in the top left. Matt. 24. Turrets. A 10. Astian. 8. Kiri. 11. And last but not least, Ezekiel. 19. So as you stand there gathering your nerves, the portal is ready for you all to enter. Is there anything that you would like to say before entering? Anybody, please. You may not get a chance to talk to one another again.
Well, we're not here to fuck spiders, and he walks off.
Bergs will say, I hope we're escaping a labyrinth. That would be amazing. And he will look at the corner of his eye to see if anyone appreciates the joke.
Oh, I see what you did there. I like it. Proof.
Ashton looks at Turs and kind of smiles, and then he goes, I suppose that this will settle some score, though for who it becomes a question.
Kiri takes out one of the bones in her hair, and she starts picking at her teeth and goes, all right, everyone, we ready to fuck some shit up? And goes right in.
Zeke will follow, saying good luck to you and good luck to you all.
And with that, you all enter the portal, and you feel the shadowed hands grabbing onto you, pulling you towards your destination. As you feel yourselves getting further and further away from the Fate's Hand Tavern, you hear Therum Ghoul's voice. It appears that the facility we are using for our next game has been condemned. Funny you should mention some spiders, Matt. It is being cleared out in about, 30 seconds from now. There will be some poisonous gas that will kill everything in the room. I suggest that you find your way out of this room sometime within the next 30 seconds. Good luck.
Great.
Emerging from the portal, you find yourselves within a rather small room with 3 distinct corridors. Right away, you notice that the ceiling is 50 feet high throughout the entire room. As I just rotate the map around here, and once again, thanks so much to Nub. Thank you, Todd, for the donation that allowed us to purchase the new terrain. I think it's looking pretty spiffy. So, we have, first off, in red, we have Astian here. Then we have Kiri with the green base. Then we have Ezekiel with the yellow base and the Conan-looking mini. Then we have Matt with this rogue-like miniature with the orange base. And then we have Turds Fargo with the purple base, which is this dwarf-looking miniature, which is the closest that I have to his character. So, the height of the room, 50 feet all around. The left-hand corridor seems to be entirely made of stone. So, the walls on both sides extend all the way up to the ceiling. So even though you can see through the whole room here, that's just for ease of gameplay. The walls do extend all the way up, so you can't see from one side of the room to the other, or like within the corridors. The one on the left appears to be a series of stairs leading up to a doorway. These stairs are 20 feet wide and 5 feet deep each, with a 10-foot gap both in height and in depth. So it's a 10-foot high difference between these levels and 10 feet between them laterally. In the middle room, you can see that it is completely full of spider webs, or just about full, that is. There's dim light throughout this entire room, and through the dim light, you can just barely make out another door at the far end of this central corridor, and 3 dark shapes that do not appear to be moving, and they are about 4 feet tall and about 3 feet wide from this vantage point. The rest is all spiderweb. On the right-hand side, this area is wood. The floors and the walls appear to be wood, and it's very empty, other than the fact that in the middle of the floor, there is an opening and a gap that is 25 feet long and 20 feet wide. This gap is filled with shadow-like fog that is just slowly kind of like roiling and rolling throughout that entire area. The last thing to note, and just in the central area with the spiderweb, those 3 black gems are there to represent those objects that I described. And then the last important thing to note, in front of you, you see a green gem, a blue gem, and a clear one. These are meant to represent 3 rings, like rings that you would put on your finger, that are floating in midair right in front of all of you. The green one, it kind of like expands, or an image of it expands, so that all of you can plainly see that on this ring are a series of flames that wrap around the entire ring. It then fades down into its normal size. The blue one in the middle expands out, and you see a humanoid figure on the top that looks to be like bent down as if they're about to propel themselves upward. It also fades back down to a normal ring size. Lastly, the clear one, you can see the image of a feather has been engraved into the top of this ring. So you can see 3 doors at the far ends of the room, and then the doors behind you, you can hear a bit of a buzzing sound, and there's actually like a visual of some sort of magical barrier that's preventing access to the door behind you.
The middle is absolutely thick with cobwebs every which way, or only on the ground?
Every which way, all the way up into the ceiling. And in fact, as you all kind of glance up in the dim light, you see shapes moving up above as well, and can hear like a chittering, hissing sound coming from above.
Is that just coming from the middle corridor only, like the chittering sounds are coming from that?
Yeah. It is, yeah. And anywhere, any square in the center where you see a white rectangle, that represents a web. So there are a few squares that aren't covered in web, but anywhere where there is a marker, or sorry, a white rectangle, that's web.
And
It's just web. It's not difficult terrain.
So, web is definitely difficult terrain.
Oh, okay, sir.
Amongst other things. As you steady yourselves and prepare to begin, you detect a sulfurous smell that is beginning to fill this entire room. And once again, you hear the sound of Therum Ghoul's voice. Remember, in 30 seconds, every living thing in this room will be dead. Pay attention to this smell. Last one out is a rotten egg. And it is Matt's turn.
All right. Can Matt see the doors, and do the doors look like particularly the right door, the wooden door? Is there any like colors or marking on the door for that one, which I can see from this distance?
Just with your passive, or you want to use your action to really intently study it?
Just the passive at the moment.
You can't see any sort of symbols or indicators on any of the walls or doors.
Okay. And the wooden walls do they look like are they just like sheer walls, like just lacquered, or is there like handholds on them, I guess?
They just look like sheer flat walls.
Okay. So Matt will start by saying, "Oh, crikey! You know, we don't use chemicals for extermination. It's all natural. That's the best way." And he'll grab the clear ring.
Okay. Matt grabs the clear ring. And
is it an action to put it on, or a free object interaction?
Free object interaction.
He'll put it on.
And I'm just gonna message to you what that is.
Okay. That's not attunement, that's just instantly working, is it?
Yeah, anything that you find or purchase here that's part of the game, so not in like a treasure chest, but if it's part of the game rooms, it instantly attunes, so you can add that to your character sheet and use it right away.
Alright, cool. Matt will then walk up to the edge of the precipice of the wooden room.
Here?
Yeah. He'll also be like, "Look, I may be exterminated, but I fucking hate spiders." And he will, do I see, like, it's just rolling smoke down below, right?
Yeah. I mean, pitch black, a bit of gray, but you certainly can't see through it.
All right. Bonus action, Misty Step across the other side.
All right. Bonus action, Misty Step, cross to the other side.
So that was 10 feet of movement. Can I move up to the door with the rest of my movement, please?
Yep, so you've used 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll get you to the doorway.
I guess it's action to try and open the door.
Using your action, you grab onto the handle of the door. As you do, you pull it open, and a shadowy portal stands in front of you.
All right. Bye. I guess I'll walk into it, see what happens.
With your remaining 5 feet of movement, Matt, you have escaped the room.
Oh my god.
Bringing with you the ring.
Okay.
Next, we have Zeke.
By the way,
that door disappears and is now gone.
Oh. Okay.
Can I grab the one with the feathers on it, the ring with the feathers on it, and immediately put it on?
That would be the clear one.
The clear one.
That had been taken by Matt. It is now gone.
Oh, sorry. Can I grab the humanoid jumping one then?
Yep. Grab on to the next ring, which was the blue gem. And I will write to you what that was.
Okay. And if I put the ring on, it immediately starts working?
Yep, that's right. So that's your free object interaction.
Okay, then I'll put on the ring. I will cast jump as a bonus action.
You do?
And I'd like to go to try to start climbing through the steps on the north side.
Okay, so you're moving laterally first?
Yeah, so I'm moving up into the gray stone room.
So 15 feet of movement gets you into the room. And I'll just turn the camera a bit. So you're kind of in the first... There's kind of like, it's 20 feet wide, so there's 4 5-foot squares in this room.
Okay, and so I'd like to jump up to the first one, my jump speed is tripled, and my base jumping is, with a running start, is 5 feet off the ground. So I can jump 15 feet up and 45 feet if that counts as a running start, that 15 feet I moved. So I'd like to jump onto the first platform or the second platform if I think that'll work, but I don't think it will, no. So the first platform.
I'm just bringing up a 5th edition jump calculator.
Yep. I have 15 strength.
Okay. So you're using the same
niche tools.
Yep. 15 strength, and how tall is your character?
Like 6 foot.
Okay. And I'm marking.
He claims 6 foot. He might be like 5'11", but.
So with those stats, with a running start, your high jump, like you said, 15 feet off the ground, and 45 feet horizontally. So you still can't exceed your movement, your normal speed. So from where you were, you've used up 5, 10, 15 of your 30 movement. You then leap the remainder of your movement to land on the first platform. Which of these 4 spaces would you like to land on?
The one closest to the wall.
This wall, closest to you?
Yeah, it's closest to me.
So you land.
And then I'd like to dash action. And if I run 10 feet to the left, does that count as a running start for a jump?
Yep.
Yeah, so I run 10 feet to the left and then leap up onto the second platform next to the wall on the other side.
Next to the wall on the other side. That thing's gonna fall apart. I know it is, so it's very delicate. Okay, you use your dash action to leap once again.
And I will stay there. I'm in my turn.
Okay, next up, Kiri.
That's me. All right. Just to clarify, if I grab the green gem ring and put it on, that is my free object interaction.
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, you grab the green gem, which represents the ring. And I'll write to you what that is.
I'm going to cast Barkskin. And I'm going to wild shape into a giant spider.
Okay, bonus action, wild shape into a giant spider.
Yes,
Okay, and that's a large creature.
that is a large creature. Or actually, I don't know if I can take it back. Can I? Never mind. I already said it out loud. I can't take it back yet. Can I?
Well, I mean, you haven't moved or anything yet, so...
Okay. Can I not cast Bark Skin? Or is that not allowed?
No, I'm good with it. We haven't moved past your turn. Like, you haven't moved. Nothing's happened yet, so...
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to wild shape into a giant spider, not having cast Bark Skin.
Okay.
It is a large beast. And she is going to dash action as far as she can. She is unimpeded by webs.
Okay. What's the movement for you as a spider?
It is 30, so I have 60 feet total. If I can get right in front of the door. As a large creature.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 60 puts you right in front of the door.
And the spider kind of wiggles.
Right, that ends Kiri's turn. Turds Fargo, it is your turn.
If I don't know if I'm able to, well, I guess it looks like I have line of sight of it. When Matt went through the portal, did the door close, or is it just a stone wall behind it, or what is there now?
There's
Is it stone open doorway?
There's just a wooden wall. The whole portal, the doorway, everything just disappeared.
All right. In that case, for my first, all right, I want to move 5 feet. I guess that would be to the edge of the sort of pit.
Okay, you move 5 feet.
All right, and since I have nothing else in my person that I'd be willing to lose, I want to take out a ration from my backpack and drop it to see if I can hear it hit a floor or if there's a bottom to this pit.
Okay, so with your free object interaction, you take out your ration and toss it into the dark shadow. You see a bit of it kind of evaporate a bit, move aside as the object goes through. You begin to listen keenly. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then you hear a thud, thud, thud.
And sirens.
And then sirens, yeah.
Right. Because I heard something, I wish to use the rest of my movement to start climbing down the side of the pit.
Okay. As you look over, you notice that the sides of the pit are sheer. This would be an extremely high climbing check, just as a warning.
Okay. And the walls are pretty much just completely smooth. There's nothing I can tie a rope to or anything.
Nothing visible that you could tie off from. Astian is there. He does look to weigh more than you.
Ooh.
In that case, I don't know, I guess it would be an action. I wish to tie one end of the rope around my waist.
Okay, yep, using your action, you
and then-
securely fasten it.
Call out to Astion, ask if you would be so kind as to hold the other end.
I think I can do you one better.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's it for turds.
Yep.
It is now Astion's turn.
Okay. Taking out a python from his bag, he, as his object interaction, he is going to then drop that on the ground. Because I believe dropping doesn't cost anything, right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Then I am going to bonus action and step of the wind. And that doubles my jump height and distance, as well as giving me the dash action. The dash action as a bonus action there. And I am going to jump up to the first level here.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just going to look at the calculator too, just to make sure. So what is your strength score?
It is 16.
16, all right. And how tall?
He is, I believe, 6'2".
Okay,
6'3".
all right, sounds good. And you are using Step of the Wind. Very well. So
Yes.
with a running start, you're jumping 32 feet horizontally, 12 feet off the ground, and you can grab stuff 21. All right, so you're good to go.
Yep. I think that'll be 10 to 15 feet, right?
Yeah, well, to get your running start, you go 5, 10, and then jump up.
I don't believe to cover the 10 feet I'd need a running start because it is half my strength score doubled.
Yep, without
no, is it
without the
modif-
start, you
yeah,
can still
no, I can
go
make it.
10 feet horizontally and still grab 15 feet off the ground. So you're good. So which
Yeah, I think I can cover 15 feet horizontally and 10 and 15, I think it's 8 feet vertically, and be able to grab 14 off the top of my head. That might be wrong.
yeah, either way you're good. I mean the jump calculator's being a bit more
Yeah, I
generous.
don't want to spend the extra movement was my point there.
Yep, no problem. All right.
For that running jump.
So from where you were, you took 5 just to get into the room. Which square would you like to land on? 1, 2, 3,
Middle.
4.
3, please.
3.
So it'll be 15 feet total, right?
Yep. So 5, and then your jump up was 10, and then moving forward, so you're at 20 feet right now.
Okay, 20 feet. And it is 20 feet to the next platform?
10 feet distance, 10 feet up.
Yep, okay. Then I believe I should be able to make that without a running start with Step of the Wind, right?
I would say so as well, yeah. Would you like to land in square 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3 again, and then on to the next one as well. 3 as well.
All right. You take a leap 30 feet, 10 feet forward, 10 feet up, aiming for number 3. You're shocked as your feet are about to land. You plummet 10 feet as you discover that this step is illusory. As you take... As my computer begins to take off, 4 bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Okay. Okay, I have 30 feet of movement left, then out and back, I think, to the center room, which should be 5, 10, 15, 20,
So 10 would get you back
30, I think.
to the wall, and jumping up onto here would get you at 20.
Okay, then I'll spend the extra 10 to go diagonally down and fall.
Okay, actually, sorry. From where you were, if you jumped again, it would only be 10 feet of movement.
Right, I'm not trying to jump. I'm trying to just step off of the wall and fall into the space diagonal to me, where I first jumped up onto this step from.
Okay, to you.
Leaves me with 5 out to the main room again. And that's going to be all of that movement. Don't really have much of a choice here, but gonna action to dash 15 feet to the spider web free space right in front of me, I believe. It might actually be 20 with difficult terrain.
Okay, hold on one sec. So I thought you already used your dash. I just want to clarify the movement here just so we're clear.
I used a bonus action to dash to step of the wind to double my jump.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, so you still have your
So
action.
now I'm using an action to dash. Yes.
Okay. So with your action, you want to move forward?
I want to move to the first web free zone.
Yep.
Just past the first web, sorry. Head and diagonal. Sorry for not being clear on that. And to call out to Spider Carrie, if you would mind turning into something a little bit smaller, I think that's probably about the only way we're all getting out of here.
Okay, is that it for your turn?
And that's going to be it for me.
Okay. At the end of the round, 3 giant spiders appear. And I'm just going to roll to see who each one attacks between yourself and Kiri. So 1, 2, 3 would be Kiri, 4, 5, 6 would be Astian.
Okay, I'm going to spend a fate sphere to have them target me.
Okay. So all of them will come at you. No need for that roll to finish. So only 2 of them can currently attack you. So it will try to bite at you, Astian. The first one,
Oh, shit.
natural 20.
Oh.
Just gonna mark off your fate sphere though, your second fate sphere.
Yep.
So doubling up. Alright, so doubling up the damage dice. I'm gonna roll one more d8. So I'm just gonna look at my task manager real quick and see what is draining my horsepower here.
All those bugs in the system.
Wah, wah. So many puns today. I've been loving it so much.
It's okay. Some of us are going to be falling over ourselves to get to the end of this room, so
that is
that fell flat.
12 piercing damage to Astian, plus I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to spend a fate sphere on that. I do not.
Okay, you're spending your third fate sphere.
A little bit better. Hopefully it's enough.
Yep, that is enough. So you take half damage. So you take 4 poison damage.
4? Okay.
So that takes care of the first spider, Astian. The second one coming at you. I'll do a hit roll. Well, that was a...
Do you do flanking, Dave?
Pardon me?
Do you do flanking?
Yeah, but yeah, they are flanking. So that will be at advantage.
It was already a natural 20.
Well, I mean, for the second one.
Yeah.
So on that second attack, that's a 17 to hit, Astian.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, second one misses. So that's the end of the turn for the spiders. Next up, you guys hear more of a hissing sound. This one more of a steady, like, as the smell of sulfur and poison gets stronger within the room as we enter round 2. Zeke, it is your turn.
Yeah, so to clarify, so he jumped without running. Would I be able to do that as well? Since my jump speed height is tripled.
Yep, it just changes the numbers, but you can still do it.
Okay. Then can I use a free action to try and throw a ration onto the platform ahead of me?
Yep, free object interaction. You pull out a ration, and for your action, you toss it. Which square are you aiming for?
The one right ahead of me.
Okay, the one directly ahead of you. You toss it there, and give me a dexterity check, please.
Yeah. 10.
Okay. You toss it, and it lands solidly on the square ahead of you, and then falls off the other side.
Okay. Then I'd like to jump straight across onto that.
Right, using your movement and your ring of jumping, you jump once again, landing solidly here.
And is that 15 feet of movement?
That's 10 feet of movement.
10 feet of movement. Okay. Can I use a full action to grab a pack of playing cards from my pack and toss it onto the platform across from me?
So say you can use an action to pull it out, but you can't toss them yet this turn.
Okay. Then I will, I'll just wait. I'll wait. I'll end my turn there.
Okay, that's the end of Ezekiel's turn. Next up is Kiri.
As a passive spider knowledge, can I look at these webs and get a sense of how strong they are?
How strong they are? Like in terms of how much weight they could support, or how sticky they are?
How quickly they would burn?
How quickly they would burn. Give me an intelligence check, please.
I think at this point using the spider's intelligence might have even been better, but...
Well, that's not good. 10? Minimum 1 round.
Oh boy. I'm gonna run 15 feet towards the spiders.
Okay, running 15 feet. Five, 10, 15. Puts you there.
I'm going to hiss at them to get their attention as like a little free action.
Okay.
And in the hopes that they look my way, I'm gonna wiggle my butt and just try and get them to chase me as I run towards the door again.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Spider persuasion.
Sexy spider time.
Persuasion would be, let's see here. Come on, big money.
16. You don't really see much of a reaction. I mean, you're not using any sort of other ability, eh? You're just hissing and shaking your spider booty, in essence.
Yeah, I thought it would bring some narrative flair.
It did. It definitely did. Mechanically, however...
You see, this is why people think D&D is weird.
Mechanically, you're not sure if it has had an effect.
Okay. I am going to run to the door and do I still have a free object interaction?
You do, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna wild shape out.
Okay, yep, you wild shape out of your spider form.
And take a potion of greater healing and I put it beside the door.
All right.
Oh, but then I can't step through the door. Can I step through the door still or no? Is that a free?
What are you doing with your free object interaction?
It would be to take, if I take a potion from my pocket and lightly set it on the ground.
Okay.
And then walk through the door. Is that mechanically possible?
So using your free object interaction to place the potion upon the ground, you can't use it to open the door.
Okay. I'll put it on the ground and just stay there.
All right, I'm just going to take you... Oh, I already did. I'm way ahead of myself. All right. Sounds good. So that's the end of Kiri's turn.
Yeah.
Turds Fargo, it is your turn.
How far away is the pigeon that Ashton dropped on the ground? Where would that be?
So I would say from where he was standing and putting it on the ground, it would be sitting right here. Mostly because he dropped it as a free action as opposed to like using his action to aim and throw it somewhere.
Right. Alright, I'm going to use the dash action. Go to where it is and pick it up, and then move right back to exactly where I'm at. Is that enough?
You pick up...
Yeah, it should be 30. So.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Is that because you're still slow?
Yeah, so that is your action.
That should be all my movement. Yeah, it's action, free action, and movement. So yeah, that's the extent of what I can do for now.
All right, that is the end of Turd's turn. Astian, it is your turn.
Okay, so going to once again bonus action Step of the Wind. This time I'm going to use it to disengage. I still get the jump bonus, and standing jump I can cover 16 feet, which would be 15 in this case. And I can jump over things half my height or less if I cover 10 feet. Are the spiders less than half my height?
They're large beasts.
Right. I'm not sure if that's because they're wide or if because they're tall. I was asking about that.
Okay, just give me a sec then. Looking at the calculator, you can jump 16 feet horizontally, 6 feet off the ground, and reach up and grab something 15 feet. So 6 feet. I would say your 6 feet would clear the height of the spiders.
Okay. So I'd be able to jump over the spider directly in front of me, correct?
Yep. With your totals here on this, it's saying if there are obstacles in the way, I'm going to get you to do an athletics check, but
Okay.
you can jump over obstacles that are less than 8 feet tall.
Okay. Then that's gonna be what I do. I'm gonna jump over this spider and hopefully land in the space behind him.
Okay. Athletics check, please.
Where were you 10 minutes ago?
19 is definitely enough. Does your Step of the Wind prevent attacks of opportunity?
Because I used it to disengage, yes.
Okay. Sounds good. So you clear spider, landing there using...
I believe that should be 30 feet of movement due to difficult terrain, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And also
then I'm
entering
gonna action.
into the web, though.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a check related to that. I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
A 10 is not enough.
I'm gonna spend another fate sphere on that because I want to get out of here.
Understood. So you're burning your 4th fate sphere. Go ahead and re-roll a dex save.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna spend another one. I don't know what this does, but it sounds bad, considering this is spider webs. Maybe. Hopefully.
14. A 14 is enough. So you're able to deftly not get caught by the web as you make your way through. So you're continuing the rest of your movement?
I believe that should be all of my normal movement. I'm going to action to dash up to next to where Kiri is.
All right, so dashing through.
If you could hold off for just one moment so we can go through together. I think that's probably about our only chance getting out together with the last portal. And that's going to be it for me.
Okay, that is the end of round 2. The spiders are gonna take a look, see who they're gonna attack. 1, 2, or 3 would be Kiri. 4, 5, or 6 is Astian. So 2 of them move up behind you. Being large creatures, they occupy both of those spaces, and they will attack. Just a normal attack for this one. First one is an 18 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
And the second one, that would be a 16, so that misses as well. The final one is gonna move up. Go a bit vertical through the webs, and we'll shoot off a web to try to restrain you guys. Well, one creature actually, so it's heading towards Astian. So this is an attack roll with a total of 19.
That's gonna hit me.
Right, so you are currently restrained. by the web of the spider. Alright, so that's the end of the spider's turn. That's the end of round 2. We are back at the top. So, Zeke, it's your turn.
So can I toss the playing cards onto the platform?
Yep, give me a dex check, please.
Uh, 15.
Yeah. So where would you like to aim them?
Just right in front of me, next to the wall.
Right. Right in front of you, next to the wall. You toss your deck of cards forward, hoping for a solid surface. Your cards pass through and drop 40 feet to the ground.
All right. Can I carefully step to the side, checking if it's solid before I step there, and then jump onto the step next to that one?
Like laterally, just to hear, you mean?
Yeah, step 1 foot in towards the dungeon, and then try to leap onto the like basically 5 feet from where the stone hit.
Okay, so just carefully treading with your foot, and I'll say that this uses up 5 feet of your movement. You go to feel, and there is nothing beside you. Your foot passes right through what appears to be an illusion of a platform beside you.
Okay. Can I jump Okay. Yeah, can I try to jump 5 feet across on the platform I currently am in towards the dungeon?
So you want to land here in like the second square?
Yeah.
Sure, yep. So using your movement, you jump with your ring. And as you go to land on the platform right in front of the door, you find solid ground.
Darren, cool. You're a monster. Excellent. Then, can I open the door, look behind me, whisper a quick prayer for Kiri, and step through if there's a portal there?
Yep, so using your action and free object interaction for either the cards or the door, you have enough action economy. You open it up. And move through?
Yeah, and move through if there's a portal. Yeah.
Ezekiel, you have escaped the room as this door seals behind you and disappears. Next up is Kiri.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to
I'm going to get a clear shot for you there.
yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay. Astian is restrained. Can you explain to me what Turds has, what condition he's got right now?
You're not sure. You just know that he's moving
sorry. Okay.
slowly
That's
and
fine.
looks tired.
Right. Sorry. Okay.
I know that feeling.
Okay. Kiri looks at the door. Bonus action wild shapes into a... No, she can't do that. She is going to look at Astian and go, this might hurt a bit, hold on. touch the webbing that he's got on him. And cast Burning Hands to try and disintegrate it.
Okay. And you're using the ring for that?
Yeah.
All right. So you use one of the charges of the Ring of Burning Hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Which direction are you aiming it?
Just if he's covered in it, I just want to hit. I want to like just aim for the web and avoid him as much as possible. You know, if you're trying to like cut someone out of a rope, you don't go to stab them with scissors.
Yep, understood. But just to be mechanically sure, you can aim the front of Burning Hands. Well, I guess you'd have to aim it directly at him if you're doing that. Okay, so that answers my question.
Okay.
So, Burning Hands is a 15-foot cone. 5, 10, and then these 3 squares here. So, casting Burning Hands. You shoot the flames out in a fan. Go ahead and roll your damage. Astian, you can make your dex saving throw, but because you are restrained, I believe that that's at disadvantage. Yep. I just want to make sure you don't.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, it's 3.
Oh, that's a 3.
That's fair.
Can I give someone? Are you allowed to give other people a fate sphere?
If you want to burn one, you certainly can.
Astian, fate sphere.
Okay, and is this a reroll or is this a new roll? Do I still have disadvantage?
Kiri, are you getting him to reroll one of his dice or rerolling the whole roll at disadvantage?
Oh boy. I wish I weren't so nervous right now where I could pick the very obvious answer. Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. So you're using a fate sphere. Do you want to re-roll his 1, or are you getting him to re-roll the entire roll at disadvantage?
Re-roll this one. The whole thing?
Okay. All right. Go ahead and re-roll
the whole thing?
Astian.
Okay.
Oh god.
A 3. So, same diff.
Okay. No problem. Okay. So, I will roll 3d6 fire damage.
Yep.
Which is like just a cheeky 3d6. It's like nothing serious.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll for the spider while you roll your damage. So the spider does pass. What is your spell save DC, Kiri, just to be totally open with everybody?
13.
13. Okay, yeah. So the giant spider rolls a 17. 11. So both the spider and Astian, you take 11 fire damage. Also, as your flames spread out in that arc that originated on Astian, that dark shape that was hidden in the web from the other side of the room, now that you're closer, you can see it is a barrel. It is also a flammable barrel, and as the flames hit it, it explodes as per fireball spell.
Oh shit.
Causing 8d6 damage. So I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws. However, yours is normal, Kiri. Yours is still at disadvantage, Astian, as the webs take an action to burn.
Okay. Oh.
I'd like to use a Fate Sphere on that roll.
Okay, Kiri, go ahead. Do another dex save.
Oh.
10 is not enough. The DC on these barrels is a 12.
A 12.
So, both of you fail and take 28 fire damage.
I am immediately down.
Astian is down. You can also see that the web, I'm just going to take a minute to clear away all the web from the explosion and just double check those other two spiders and check their rolls. One of them passes. The other one passes, so they take half damage, which is 14.
We've had such absolute terrible luck with anything fire. Wall of fire, fireball, burning hands, fireball.
Now's the time to say fire safety. Don't play with fire, kids.
Yeah.
This spider here is engulfed in flames, dies. With that blast, the second barrel begins to burn. So it is, I'm putting this red marker here to show that it is currently burning.
Did they even need the poison? Could have just blew up all these explosive barrels they've got hanging around.
Okay, so Astian went down and is dying. Kiri took her damage. The webs are all clear. The spiders have been heavily damaged. That is your action. Kiri, anything else for your turn?
Yeah. I cast Healing Word and I walk through the door.
Healing Word on Astian?
Yes.
Okay, bonus action Healing Word. Astian, you are no longer restrained because the webs have all been burned off. Roll your healing, please, for your Healing Word.
As I walk through the door, can I pull him through the door?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll your hit points for your healing, though.
Not good rolls today, my friend.
Okay, 4 hit points.
It is better than nothing.
4 hit points for Astian. You are conscious but prone. All right, so Kiri, you haven't used any movement yet. You use your free object interaction to open the door.
Free object interaction to open the door. I have used an action, so I just want to ask mechanically, in the act of movement, can I pull Astian, or would that be too much action economy?
What's your strength score?
Oh, on a tiny little halfling?
Would you not have to grapple him to pull him?
Well, he's not. Grappling only works if the person is resisting.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
Sorry, what is it?
It's a 12.
12? Okay. Just let me check something. I just want to look at your carrying capacity. So when you're like dragging or carrying someone, normally you move at half rate. I just want to quickly look up. Okay, so your strength score was 12, Kiri?
A mighty 12.
All right, so you can, it says here in lifting and carrying, you can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
Astian, have you been on a diet lately?
I'm gonna tell you.
All right, so
I'm having to check numbers.
yeah, 6'2".
He's 275 and he's got 143 pounds of equipment on him.
Okay, so you go to, hold on, just let me get back to this.
I think that just qualifies, maybe.
Now, you do get to subtract whatever you had in your hands, because when you fell down unconscious, you would have dropped both things that were in your hands.
I didn't have anything in my hands.
Okay.
I hadn't pulled out any weapons or anything this whole time.
All right. So your total weight is how much? You said 275 plus 145?
I think it's 413.
All right. So if my math is right, 30 times 12 is 360. So
yeah.
You grab onto his leg and go to tug, and he weighs a lot more. You are not strong enough to pull him through with all of his gear and his backpack on.
All right.
Oh. I might be a little bit heavy, but perhaps I can grab you.
Not on her turn, you can't.
Nope. I'm aware of that.
It's still
I'm
your
just
turn.
hoping I survive long enough to get to me.
That's it. Turnover.
So you're staying put, and
Yeah.
all right, sounds good. Turds, it is your turn.
Can you turn the map about 90 degrees?
For sure.
And point of reference, just going off the last turn, if she were to grab him, that doesn't require any action or anything. That's just because they're 5 feet, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're moving an unwilling creature, it takes up half your movement, and you need to grapple first. If it's a willing creature, you need to be able to physically capable of pulling them with you.
I have to look at the map and do math real quick, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, strictly because of the loud explosions that Turds can't just ignore and pretend it's nothing, he will be coming back around, abandoning his earlier secretly motivated cave diving into the pit, and I will use the dash action, and I will move 15 squares, 5 squares left.
Okay, so 5, 10...
3 squares, yeah, so next one.
15?
Yep. And then 15 feet straight up or north, or from our perspective.
Yep, so 1, 2, 3, and as you enter into the webs, they do not seem to have any effect on you, Turds Fargo.
And seeing Aston on the ground, I'll call out to him, and curious since I see them both there. Is he all right?
A little overdone.
The end of my turn.
Okay, that's the end of Turd's turn. Astian, it is your turn. You are prone.
Okay, so 15 feet to stand up.
15 feet of movement, you stand up.
Hey, reach down and grab Curie, open the door, and I believe it would be 15 feet of movement through it. And I will spend another key point to bonus action dash.
Okay. All right. So you pick up Kiri, free object interaction to open the door, and with her in your arms, you both step through the portal and it disappears, leaving Turds Fargo behind.
As he steps through the door, he kind of looks back at Turds. Sorry, but I've got a job to do.
With that, it is the spider's turn.
All right.
It turns towards Turds as the other one moves up. Actually, it can't. I apologize, because they're large creatures. The one in the front is going to attack you, Turds.
Okay.
A total of a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
All right. In that case, you take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'd ask you to make a Constitution saving throw. 20. No problem there. You see this like black mucus starting to enter into your flesh, but you seem to be completely unaffected by the poison of the spider, Turds Fargo. The second one in the back will shoot its web at you. This would be a 19 to hit. However, the webs, as they strike Turds Fargo, they just seem to fall to the ground, completely unaffected. You are... As I talk like Yoda for some reason. All right, so that's the end of their turn. We are now at the top of the round. Matt is through. Zeke is through. Kiri is through. However, it has now been a full turn as this barrel explodes, incinerating the spiders, all of the remaining web. And Turds, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. 15 is enough, so this will be half damage. What I roll here?
Just half further.
Are you sure that Turds is not a leprechaun?
33 fire damage. You make your save, so that's 16 fire damage coming your way.
And I'm resistant to fire damage.
Reduced to 8.
Oh, so that's what some of those rings were.
This is going. I'm just going to take a moment to clean up the battlefield. This barrel is now on fire.
Are the spiders still there?
Nope. Sorry, the spiders are dead.
Okay.
All right, and with that, it is your turn, Turds.
All right. And how far away is the greater healing potion that Curie left on the floor?
30 feet away.
Okay. I'll use dash action, go, and pick it up.
Before you do that, though, just to be clear, that door also disappeared, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I understand. There are no doors other than the doors behind us. All right. And that will end my turn.
Okay, right. Turds, it is now your turn in round 5.
Okay. Does that barrel explode yet? Or
Yep, it would. You're out of the range. However, with that second blast, these walls are now blown apart, having taken 2 explosions. So you can see the pit on the other side. The wall is open.
All right. Pretty limited on what he can do. Dash action and move 30 feet back towards those doors that were behind us when we first started.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And is using a healing potion, is that... Oh wait, I can't do bonus or... Okay, never mind. I'm good then.
Okay. And at the end of the 5th round, the poison fills the entire room as Escape the Room comes to the end, and Turds, you are caught behind and thus eliminated from the Crucible of Fate. Sorry, Sean. You had a lot going against you there, and that exhausted really had a big effect.
So, if poison's filling the room, the fact that I'm immune to poison...
He's just stuck in there until he stops.
Can I try seeing if that door goes anywhere, or... No, it doesn't go anywhere, that's it.
You know what?
Go find the ration.
Yeah, you know what? Because you are immune, I'm gonna give you 2 rounds to do stuff.
Okay.
Okay? So what would you like to do with your 2 rounds?
The doors that are present that from when we first arrived, they are still shut as far as we... Correct?
Actually, just
Poison, it didn't open for poison to come through, did they?
just hold on a sec. I'm just thinking this through here.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna give you 2 rounds to explore, but you're immune to poison. So, a game-ending condition has not been met. Ran out of time. I mean... Okay, let's just see where these 2 rounds go. What would you like to do?
Okay. How far away are those doors, the double doors?
It's 25 feet of movement, and then they're right in front of you.
Okay. I'll use dash action to get right in front of them, and with a free action, attempt to open them.
Yeah, your hand hits some sort of invisible barrier. You're not able to access the latch on the door.
Okay. How far away is the pit?
15 feet would get you to the ledge.
Okay, since that's the only thing that hasn't really been explored yet. I have 5 feet of movement left. Go ahead and use that 5 feet towards the pit.
Okay, from last round, you mean?
Yep.
Okay. All right, next round.
All right, before proceeding any further, he's just going to speak into the nether or whatever's around him since he's all alone. Tharamgul, certainly you won't just leave me here. I mean, I have nothing else going for me, and your rooms have not, nor will they, meet the final condition. And he'll proceed and just, I think he'll jump in. No. Okay, I'm assuming it'll take an entire action or an action and a free action to thread the pitten and put it into the floor with the rope that's still tied around him.
Yeah, I mean, minimum an action for sure. I would actually have to go and look that up to see what's involved, but Yeah, I would say an action to use your hammer to spike in the... Here, hold on. P10. I just looked it up. To solve that mystery for everyone forever, it's a P10.
Piton.
So it would be at
Sounds so
least
stupid.
an action to hammer the P10 into the ground, and then another one to fasten the rope. And what would you like to do in your last round?
Birds is going to go to the edge and attempt to climb down without the P10 and the rope just hanging there.
Okay. 5, 10. Go ahead and give me an athletics check at disadvantage, please. A 4. As you start to swing your legs over and they disappear into the darkness, you hold on to the ledge before looking down to try to find some other handhold or foothold. You think you see one, and you put some weight on it before realizing it was just a trick of the eye with the fog rolling around. As you fall, and you fall 80 feet, as you slam into the ground, taking 31 bludgeoning damage.
Right. And that'll be halved.
Halved down to 15. And you find yourself in a square room. Just one sec.
With a door at the bottom.
Could you imagine?
If only.
Oh no.
Magical items.
And a chest?
Turds, I thought your last action was going to be giving yourself your own eulogy.
No, that would be Turds admitting defeat and that he was going to die.
Turds, you slam into the ground, taking 15 bludgeoning damage. You have used
10 movement
10
and no
movement.
actions yet.
You are currently prone, and you can see around you. Here, hold on. Camera angle's not great. A room at the bottom of this 80-foot shaft are 2 treasure chests and a closed door.
All right, and I'm going to... If you can answer it, let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I don't go through the door on this turn, I'm dead, right?
I can't say anything.
All right. Can I use dash while I'm still laying down prone?
Oh yeah. You can still...
All right. Passive perception. Does the chest seem to have a handle on it? Or about how big does it look?
The chest looks to be about 3 feet wide and 2 feet deep and like 2.5 feet tall. Both of them.
Okay. All right, well, I'll start with using dash and then standing from prone.
Okay, so you stand using up the rest of your movement.
How much does standing use?
Half your movement.
Okay, so I should still have... Wait. Sorry, I may have done my math wrong. Would I not still have 5 feet left, or did I use half already?
So you've used... you were at... door. Then you used 5. So you've used 5, 10, and then fell, which doesn't count. So you've used 10, and you would have 20 left. You used 15, so you have 5 remaining.
Okay. And how far is the door?
5 feet.
Or am I at it? Okay. The mechanics play out. If I move 5 feet, free interaction, and then it's an action to go through the portal, or would I have to move through the portal?
I mean, 5 feet to get to the door. Your free object interaction would allow you to go to the door.
And then I would just be stuck in front of the portal, or I'd be able to go through the portal?
You have to step through it.
All right. Since I haven't done anything, can I not have stood up?
Yeah.
Okay. I still won't have used my dash action, so I have 20 feet.
Commando crawl.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, easy answer is crawl, open the door, and crawl through.
Yep. So crawling is half movement. So you've used 5, 10, 15, 20, free object interaction, 25, 30 to go through the door and escape the room.
Oh my god.
As much as I regret now not going with my first instinct of going down into the pit.
Okay, so
I just had to see what was happening. But yes, so that's my action.
all right. And the only reason I gave you those extra rounds is because you're immune to poison. If you weren't immune to poison, that would have definitely been the end. All right, everybody. So with Escape the Room wrapping up, with everyone having escaped the room, some more narrowly than others, that brings us to the end of episode 9, part 2. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon for part 3. Okay, take care, everybody.